You're watching Sealed Only 1v1. Super excited. We won this match. Week 8 is over and behind us. We're 5-3. And I gotta say, I'm really proud of myself and impressed that I pulled this off. My 5-head, big brain plays and Lucky Mills were the result of a beautiful creation, and I can't wait to share this and the thoughts behind it. A little bit of backstory. Week 7 was a complete disaster. With the exception of one random OTK, hers gains the Cyber Dragon deck way too much advantage, and he has way too many traps now. He has so many interruptions, and the way that my deck was performing, it couldn't just outplay all those interruptions, so we needed to change a plan. The goal of the deck is to eventually turn into some kind of like Chaos Thunder Dragon Lightsworn, or Shaddoll Dogmatica Lightsworn, or Shaddoll Lightsworn, Dogmatica Lightsworn, Chaos Lightsworn. You get the picture, right? Unfortunately, we can't use Shaddolls right now because Windows a floodgate, unfortunately. And the rest of the stuff is all in packs. There's no real guaranteed product anymore that'll secure us any of that. Which means we're just ripping packs. The way our pack ripping is going, we may pull nothing, which is unfortunate. So what I needed to do is come up with a last minute idea that would allow us to balance our decks. And when I say balance, I mean like give my deck a higher ceiling so it can compete with all these traps and interruptions and free advantage by hers. The answer, after doing a little bit of research and rewatching Sealed Only Rivals, shout out to Farfa and Distant Coder, that gave me a brilliant idea. The Legendary Hero decks. They have Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights activate in the graveyard, and the Lightsworn deck is all about milling things. Lightsworn decks are only as good as the cards they have available to mill, and the Phantom Knights make a great addition to this. And I'm surprised I didn't think about it earlier, but I think this is what we need in order to get us to the next stage of the competition. Without further ado, let's actually talk about why the Phantom Knights are so cool. The Phantom Knights have the ability to allow us to link spam and break boards with all the free advantage they generate. They allow us to search Fogblade, which is an interruption. We can actually survive a little bit if we need to because of Phantom Knight's sword. And what's best is all of the Phantom Knight cards have a graveyard effect. So if we mill them with the Lightsworns, they can always do something, which is fantastic. And the cherry on the cake on top... of the cake is that they don't activate on mill. Wolf is a really good card, but it only activates on the mill right away. With the Phantom Knights, you can maneuver around things. I can zig when my opponent zags. If he does something, then I can search with a Phantom Knight. Or I can bait out something by searching with a Phantom Knight, or summoning a Phantom Knight. So there's a lot of flexibility with the Phantom Knight package, and the ability to bait out negates and interruptions is essentially exactly what we need right now. Alright, so now that's out of the way, here are the combos and the good things to know about this Lightsworn Phantom Knight hybrid deck. Number 1, we're playing Bardiche. Bardiche is a really good card. Unfortunately, it loses to Mega Fleet, so it might not be the best turn 1 play. However, turn 2 or going second, it has the ability to break boards, force out negates, and build boards. So, really good card. Break Sword is a rank 3, a generic rank 3. That means Lumina can make it, which is excellent. It happened in game 2. If Lumina gets negated, I can summon a Phantom Knight, make Break Sword, and continue to push. Lumina is a really good card, and Break Sword complements that even more. Next, I want to talk about Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. The only reason the Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon is in our deck is because sometimes we'll get locked into Darks. When you use Phantom Knight Break Sword's effect in Graveyard, it summons 2 Phantom Knights from the graveyard, but changes them to level 4, and you're locked into Darks. So it's either we're playing XYZ Dragon or we're playing Evil Swarm Nightmare. We might try Evil Swarm Nightmare in the future, but for now, XYZ Dragon is fine because it's a generic rank 4, and allows us to actually break his really strong Cyber Dragons, which could be relevant. Now we'll talk about the final additions that aren't Phantom Knight related. We throw in 2 Destiny Hero Malicious because we have the option to, because I've been pooping rather hard on heroes lately, I feel. And this is some good retribution of that. Malicious is good. It's a really good extender, unless you mill both. Then it's kind of blah. But what Malicious lets you do, along with Plague Spreader Zombie, is make Beals. This card is a wall. He needs Compulse, or he needs Imperm to break it in defense mode. If he doesn't have one of those cards, it's just going to sit there, and sit there, and sit there. and that'll give me enough time to break his board, I hope. That's the plan anyway. And I think Beals is going to stay in the deck for a while, because even if we drop Malicious, which will happen soon, Beals can still be made by attributing Halka to summon Excel Synchron from the extra deck, and that with a level 3 also makes Beals. So it's flexible in how we can summon it, and it's derogatory for Ryan to try to fight off. So I like that. I think that covers it. And as long as you guys watch the match, I'm sure you'll understand how everything synergizes with each other. What's really cool is that the cards can be discarded, which is excellent because there's a lot of cards in the deck that discard cards. And the deck, the Lightsworn deck, almost half the cards have a graveyard effect of sorts, which is really good because it makes the milling quality in RNG a lot more in our favor. We're going to end this video by going through a couple test hands, just going first, and see what happens. I hope you guys enjoy them, and thanks for watching. Alrighty, 3 test hands. These might go terrible, or they might go very, very well. Let's find out. Opening hand number 1. Okay. Alright, the charge kind of... That's okay. Yeah, we draw driver. LOL bricks. Yep, bricks. But we have double charge. Good mill. Good mill. That's okay. Alright. We have double Raiden in hand, so we're just going to search for Lumina here. Do a quick shuffle. This gets summoned. And that's quite alright. This has the potential to be a very good hand. Let's take a look at what charge number 2 gets us. Ewy. Good. Yeah. Awesome. We're going to get here a Lumina for next turn, I guess. The lines of plays now are actually insane. We have Fogblade access, which is good. We have Beals access, which is good. We can't summon Lumina right now, really, unfortunately, because there's no Lightsworns in the graveyard. So I think the best play right now is we're just going to normal summon Raiden. We'll save our Luminas for next turn, try to bait them out. Raiden's going to mill us 2 cards, Gamma, and... yeah, we milled the Fogblade. Oh, oh well, that's nothing you can do about that. The plays are still kind of here, though. We can do a couple things. We can go Omega Turbo and pass, or we can try to do something else. What do you guys think? What do you think is the best play? Leave it in the comments here. I'll give you a few seconds to respond, and then I'll tell you what I would do in this situation. Alright, so while we could make Omega Turbo right now, you know, we don't really have a response except for a Fogblade in graveyard. If, you know, something happens, we could get OTK'd potentially. We don't want that. So what we're going to do, what I would do in this case, is overlay these for the Hulk that I completely, obviously skipped over. There we go. The Hulk. The Hulk here is going to just summon Minerva because it's the only level 3 or lower tuner left in our deck. That's not Gamma. Minerva will get us a mill, and that's cool, like that, like those mills. And then we're just going to pass. In the end phase, we're going to send the top 2 cards of our deck to the graveyard. Cool, that's fine. Alright. Now, during the opponent's turn, he might do something like summon a Cyber Dragon. Alright. In that case, we'll use the Hulk effect to summon the XL Synchron. And at some point, he'll be doing things. We'll activate the Fog Sword in the graveyard here to summon the Cloak. And then this gets banished, but XL Synchron does not. And now we have Beals. Since we summon the Beals after there's a monster in the field, he can't impermanent and run it over, which guarantees us another turn, which gives our hand a fighting chance here. So that's the hand 1. Let's go to hand 2. Here we go, hand 2. Let's see what this sealed-only Lightsworn deck can do. That's not a great start. Raiden's okay. Trick Clown, okay. Well, okay. So, an interesting line of play here where we start with the Solar Recharge. And if he ashes us, we'll assume he won't, for simplicity. We can Gamma and go big plus. So that's fine. Recharge resolves. Really cool. Judgment Dragon. That's good. Okay. We have a guaranteed Omega play if nothing else. Next, we'll normal summon Raiden and mill 2, hitting White Dragon and Malicious. You know what's really fun about that play? We have nothing else we can do in the graveyard right now. We have nothing else we can do in our hand. But we can make Hulk of Fibrax again, so we're not just going Omega Turbo and losing. Hulk is going to summon us the Plague Spreader Zombie, and Malicious here is going to banish itself to summon the other one from deck. And that is our Beals, ladies and gentlemen. With a follow-up play next turn. Yeah, we only have like 2 Lightsworns in the graveyard right now. Maybe we'll draw a 3rd one for turn. If not the end of the world either. You know, he has to try to out the Beals, which is resource intensive enough. And that's okay. If we draw that for turn, that's actually not a bad draw. This can link into Almirage and then allow us to do Phantom Knight plays. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go to hand 3. Alright guys, one more hand. Our opening hand this time, we got double Phantom Knight, Ancient Cloak, and Charge, and Gloves. A very Phantom Knight hand, but we do have the Charge, and we have Foolish for next turn. We will probably, I like to hold the Foolish as long as possible, so we probably won't use it. But Charge is nutty. Nutty. We'll go with the Raiden here. And Trick Clown is going to summon itself for the small cost of 1,000 life points. Very nice. There is an alternate line of play where you can search Lumina and you can discard your Phantom Knights and make, you know, potentially some link plays. We do have the Tuner, which is okay, but I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather conserve resources right now, and that's just how we're going to do it. So we're going to normal summon Raiden here. We're going to mill 2 good cards, I hope. Nope, never mind. So I'm sitting here studying this hand. We have options. We can make Beals if we want to. And to be honest, I think this turn, this hand is just one of those Omega and Beals hands. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to go over here, and we're going to Synchro Summon for the Omega, and we're going to hit a card. Always like to hit a card. And then we're going to use the Plague to stack this. Then we're going to Foolish. The reason we're doing it in that order is I don't want to draw the Cloak. I kind of wanted it to be something else. So we're Foolish for Mali. Banish the Mali to summon the Mali. And then we make Beals with 2 cards in hand. And we have Fogblade for next turn as well in the graveyard for a Phantom Knight push. And we have Omega coming back as well. Not ideal, not the best play, but depending on how our draw is, you know, yeah, gross. But maybe we can play Protect the Castle with the Beals. And, you know, Beals is good. Where is Beals? This card, he's going to have to probably main deck some outs to try to get rid of the Beals, because that is going to be a problem for him. I see him in the form maybe adding another Compulse, maybe trying to get another Imperm. And, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.